Tusen tack. Wait. Hey. Hey, Svel. Let's start over, girl. Moi kitos tusen tack. Hey, Sverige. Oh my goodness. Long story short, it is time to visit the Nordics. We, of course, are talking Iceland, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, and Finland, a very strong grouping of Eurovision Song Contest participating countries. Very rich history. I think all of them have won except for Iceland. And Iceland, of course, has come close, second with Selma. In any case, Devon.
Hey, William, tusen tack!
Tusen tack för en fantastic show. I know that you are a huge fan of some of these countries. You've been to many national selections in the Nordic region.
Yes, I have. Most notably, your favorite Dance Melody Grand Prix.
Oh, it's weak. That competition, honestly, I know Emily DeForest won. I am so frequently disappointed in recent years with DMGP. However, there are some great songs that have come out of Denmark. I liked Basim.
Oh, wow. And, you know, and I always get super excited when you get off to cover UMK. Girl.
I love that competition. It's so strong. Finland has really upped their game in recent years. It's not even just about the competition. They do it in a really friendly way. Like even their graphics, there's something about it. Gosh, an MGP is... Girl, we go on forever. In any case, should we go back and forth and reveal our number 5, our number 4, our number 3, our number 2, and our number 1? Let's do it! Oh, Lord, you know, the reason I'm keeping my glasses on, there are multiple reasons. I'm very tired, but also those northern lights, they shine so bright. All right, Devin, why don't you kick us off with your number 5, your dead last for the Nordic region.
Ah, William, I love your use of words because the way you go, you're dead last, now makes me feel like my number 5 reveal is just an unfortunate position to be in. Well, it's my Dance Melody Grand Prix winner, REDDI, the show. It's a good song. It's a good song, but I just think that this is a really strong group of songs. And I think qualification is not certain. Also, as strong as the song is, the live performances that I've seen, certainly online, have been, there hasn't been the strongest live delivery. This is what I want, that's how it's gonna be. I am not afraid of what's in front of me. From the vocalist in this song. There's a very feel-good ABBA quality about it, and it's very sing-along, and it's very good, you know. And I also like the story of how the song came about, like it was written in parts. There's a lot I like here, but I just feel like, you know, increasingly Eurovision has very strong entries, and I just don't think that this will make the cut. William, you need to take those glasses off because I need to connect with your eye.
I'm getting so distracted by the circuit. Listen, they're not my number 5.
You need to, girl, you need to deliver that with sincerity.
They're not my number 5, so I'm gonna have to come back and defend them momentarily. But this has really grown on me with the live performances. I think there's a wonderful drum break where they all go gather around the drummer and they're dancing and they're crazy and they're wild and their personality comes out, like that kind of rocky edge comes out. I didn't feel it at Dance Melody Grand Prix. It kind of passed me by, but I will sing their praises when I reach them, which is later in this.
Were they in the Netherlands?
They were in Amsterdam, yeah.
Can you tell me what that performance was like? Because the live performance.
I think
London Eurovision Party was not good.
The thing is, the London Eurovision Party, that venue, you need to be there to fully understand the power of the London Party. That venue is more like an intimate space, connection between the artist and the performer and the audience, the audience and the performer, because there's very little distance. Whereas Amsterdam is more of a concert feel. And I'm not saying one is better than the other, they're different things. Like you could understand why fans in England really love the London Eurovision Party because it's that intimate connection. Whereas in Amsterdam, that's not what you're going for really. Because, you know, I always stand in the back at Amsterdam because I like to see the full stage. But anyways, long story short is REDDI. They delivered. They were ready for the show. You should watch it. It's on our YouTube channel. I think it's really catchy. Yeah, I think a lot of pop rock songs tend to end up sounding the same. Let's just keep it real. And this falls into that genre, but I like it. But listen, my number 5, and I honestly, this ring light is too bright.
No. There's no ring light.
The ring light is too bright. There is a ring light. Do you see?
You cannot hide Don't hide behind your rankings. Take the glasses off.
Have you seen The Haunting of Hill House?
Honest.
The Haunting of Hill House, honey.
Listen,
have you seen it? Haunting of Hill House?
William D. Adams.
You do?
Your honesty needs to come from within, and I need to see it in your eyes. Don't
There's
drop
honesty all over this body, girl. I've been eating pizza.
Girl,
my
you're about to drop
Listen, my number 5 is Iceland.
Drop a shady score.
No, my number 5 is Iceland.
Don't hide behind those glasses.
No, I can say this with 100% sincerity. I interviewed the 3 sisters of SYSTUR with a Y.
I saw your interview.
They are so lovely. They're like warm, kind, open.
You didn't even know they were sisters. I thought that was so funny.
Honey, as you know, I've had a very turbulent month. I've had such a turbulent month. I was in Morocco, then I was in Atlanta. All these things are happening. And so I was really catching up in Amsterdam, to be honest. I was really playing catch up. And when I met them, I was really touched by them because we spoke off camera as well. Like, as you know, you love the Icelandic delegation as well. They're like, you know, Felix and Runar, they're just like lovely people. Yeah, they're just like sincerely lovely people, full stop, you know. And Iceland is a country we want to win because we want to go there for 2 weeks. It'd be iconic. But anyways, long story short, I had not listened to the SYSTUR song in full until recently. And it's not for me. I think it's beautiful. I love their harmonies. I think they've got good presence.
You remember their names?
Yeah. I do know their names. Sigga, Betta, and Ellen. Sigga, Betta, and Ellen. SBE.
Take the glasses off. Take the glasses off.
Listen, honey, listen. They're a beautiful group. This song will reach many, many people. I am not one of them. And that's okay, because music is all about different strokes, different folks. I wish them nothing but the best, and I can't wait to see them in Torino. I just think the song needs a remix. I have to see. I would love to have the club version of this. It's a beautiful story, the rising sun, the warmth, #perfect harmony. For me, it just doesn't stand out. I think they can create a visual moment in Torino with that massive stage. The advantage they have is the stage in Torino is built around the sun, right? It's a huge sun-like orb with moving arches. It recreates the universe. They could do something very special for a song about the rising sun. So this is kind of the dark horse in that sense. Like right now, I would say this is a clear non-qualifier. However, with staging and that sun, who knows what they could do? Did you see the 3D rendering of the stage in motion?
Listen, yes, I did. It's on Wiwibloggs.com. Listen, what I will say is this. There's an undeniably sophisticated execution here. And I deeply disagree. I think in terms of the subject matter.
1 second. Is this your number 4?
No, it isn't, William D. Adams.
Okay.
Please try not to annoy me on this occasion. What I will say is that when you look at the theme, it's mostly closely linked to France, which has a forest, bonfire, nature calling theme. And this is light years more superior.
You think Iceland is superior to France?
Absolutely, without a shadow of doubt.
Perhaps musically, but in terms of the overall performance, you think Iceland is better than France?
I think Iceland is far superior to France.
That's interesting. I'm going to respectfully disagree. And we'll come to that in another video on the automatic qualifiers Big Five.
Well, the unfortunate thing about their situations is that one of them automatically goes to the grand final while the other has to fight for a spot. You know, and I think Iceland is really decent. Do you know the American-Israeli group called HÆKKANDI?
I don't.
Oh my God. Okay, well, actually, no. You may not. If you don't like SYSTUR, you're probably not gonna respond to that.
You
But yeah,
call this decent. Now, decent in my dictionary is not an endorsement. Decent means borderline. Do you think this is going to the final?
I think it is.
Bye, my love. See you.
I think it is borderline. I think it is borderline, but that does not deprive it of its quality.
Okay, no, I accept that. I accept that. The thing, at the end of the day, they are very good vocalists, and this is a song competition, so that's only going to help them. Like, I wish them nothing but the best. I know that you're going to try to make me look all shady, blah, blah, blah.
Well, you know what? If you take off your sunglasses.
Can we point something out? Of all these videos we're doing, like of groupings, this is one of the strong, I mean, Nordic and Big Five this year, those are strong regional groups, or strong groups, right? The Baltics, ex-Yugoslav, this is a tough field. So even putting something last here doesn't mean it's dire. Let's just make that clear. I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real.
You're not keeping it real. You're trying to justify
keeping it real in quarantine, girl.
You're trying to justify your unacceptable rankings. And you know what?
Unacceptable rankings. Unacceptable. I didn't criticize you putting Denmark last. You put Denmark last. You put Denmark dead last, and they are ready for the show. Okay. They are ready for the show, girl. All right, we need to move on. We need to move on. What is your number 4?
It's not Iceland.
Okay, well, what is it?
It's probably your number 1. Exactly. My number 4 is...
You're kidding me.
Seriously.
You're kidding me.
Seriously.
Musically, visually, this is slaying.
Not for me.
And before that wolf eats my grandma, give that wolf a banana, give that wolf. And before that wolf eats my grandma, give that wolf a banana, give that wolf. Give that wolf.
Are you biased against wolves? Are you more of a bear?
Actually, the only bias I have is positive because I am a huge fan of Benjamin Adams. I have loved A1 and still do for several years. I'm such a fanboy. And there is a big rumor that Benjamin Adams is one of SUBWOOLFER. Can you confirm or deny?
I can neither confirm nor deny. However, I can confirm one thing. I couldn't tell you a single A1 song. I could not tell you a single, I didn't grow up in this country. And so when everyone's going on about
You
A1.
said the love was just a state of mind.
Doesn't sound like a hit.
Oh my God, that
Doesn't
was
sound
number
like a
2.
hit.
That was number 2.
Where? In Norway?
In the United Kingdom.
Well, things have improved in the charts since then, clearly.
Oh my God, how can you not like A1, William Lee Adams?
I don't dislike them. Honey, in America, A1 is a steak sauce, not a band. So it's hard for me to relate.
So who do you like, Danity Kane?
Don't know him.
Oh my God, they've got 3 platinum albums and they're American and they've had so many hits.
One of my best friends from university was in a band called North and South. Do you remember them? It was a UK boy band, North and South.
Did they have hits?
Yeah, Ziggy was in it. Ziggy from Celebrity Big Brother, he was in it. This is like in the 90s.
North and South?
Yeah, you might recognize them.
What was their hit?
I don't know. I didn't grow up in this country. Wait, but surely you think Norway is going to qualify for the final?
The title of this video is Rank Your Best Nordic. Right? So it's Best Nordic. Norway is not my best Nordic.
I'm really shocked that you're going to rank Iceland above Norway.
I think Iceland is quality. I don't think Norway is.
You don't think Norway has good production? You don't think Norway makes you move your body?
Can you tell me what Norway is
a memorable hook?
Can you tell me what Norway is about? Like,
I think Yeah. The lyrics in Norway are so deep and so complex, they can apply to many things. I think one can't view this as concrete. It's much more abstract and applicable. I think, yes, it could be about coronavirus. It could be about vaccination. It could also be about, giving grandmother something else she needs, whether that's love, whether that's a healthier pension. I don't know. There are many ways to look at this.
Liking somebody's dentures and telling them that you love their hairy coat with nothing underneath.
Honey, they accept bears, they accept wolves, they accept otter cubs. You name the animal. Ben Adams and Mr. Gauta, they're accepting everybody.
Is that saliva or blood dripping off your chin?
It's a good question. I would want to know.
If you don't like the name Keith, I'll call you Jim.
I mean, it's better than what you could, that's really friendly. It's like, I'm giving you an alternative.
And before that wolf eats my grandma, give that wolf a banana.
And give them a beautiful yellow font on stage. It's POW, it's high impact. Did you watch the Amsterdam Eurovision and concert remix performance?
They say your grandma tastes best. William, you've got to remove those glasses. I need to connect.
Listen, I was trying to be like the wolves. I don't know. It's funny. They're just really funny. Their social media campaign where they're talking, basically they can do things better than other acts. So like they take Brooke's clip and then they do Brooke's motions, or they took the Albanian clip and they squeezed the bottom. I mean, it's really funny. They're very amusing. I
like your interview with them. It's so funny how...
They're great.
Yeah, it's so funny how you would try to kind of execute this interview and they would just not...
It was tough. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna focus on my questions because I can control nothing else but what I asked. Sometimes you just have to roll with it. All right, look, well, I haven't heard a compelling reason why this is number 4 yet, so we're just gonna move on.
William, I haven't heard. Okay, let's debunk the lyrics here. What do you think the song is about?
I like the pandemic approach. I do think that this is about grandma being vulnerable to getting COVID. The wolf could be, coronavirus, or it could be people who refuse to get vaccinated. Either way, they pose a threat to grandma. And so before that wolf, this virus or this super spreader can get to grandma, you need to feed them a banana, AKA AstraZeneca, AKA give me some of that Sinovac, AKA give me some of that Moderna, AKA, what's the other one? Pfizer, BioNTech, et cetera, et cetera. That's how I read it. And I think it makes a lot of sense.
Give me bone degeneration, give me arthritis, give me
calcium.
Blood clots.
Sure, that's fine too. Maybe the banana is calcium. Maybe the wolf is osteoporosis. Either way, grandma's gonna slay if you feed the wolf.
There's nothing about Corona here, William. Nothing, zero.
Okay, tell me, what is it about? What is it about?
I think it's just a really vulgar set of lyrics that have very little meaning and have been constructed to feed the track. So we've got a track, we've got a killer bass line, we've got a thumping beat, and we just need to kind of put random words in it so that to give the appearance of us singing something, but actually none of this makes sense.
It's amazing. Musically, even if you strip this of the lyrics, musically, this makes you move. The audience in Amsterdam went wild. And to me, that is such a big endorsement of this song. But we're gonna move on. My number 4 is Denmark. Our girls are our girls are ready for the show. I just was
We're not ready for the top, Billy.
No, because this is a show we've seen before. It's like, it's good, but we've seen this millions of times. I just don't think there's anything unique about this. And that's my issue. I like it. They surprised me live. They were better than I thought they would be. But I've heard this song done a million times by a million people. you know, and if you don't have the budget of a Blink 182, you know, it's going to come off as a little derivative. So that's all I have to say. I wish them all the best. But yeah, I'm not ready for the show to be in the final.
You know what I love? The chastisement of Devon, you put Denmark last, and actually you're just a notch above. My number 3 is 2 notches above your number 5. You're dead last. It's Iceland.
Okay. It's a good song. It's good.
Yeah, I think it's excellent. There's a serene quality here. I like the sisterhood vibe. I like the way they've retold the story, how the significance of winter coming out of winter and into the spring has been captured in this sort of bubble of musical explosion. There's just so much that I like here. I wish they'd gone for a name which is more memorable. And yeah, and I wish that this is an entry that will respond super well to a larger budget. Let's put it that way. There's something about, it's a really good starting point, but with a much more expansive budget, this could really surprise.
Again.
And also,
oh, go on.
Go on. No, you go.
I actually agree with you. As I mentioned, how the stage is the sun. Of all the acts this year, this is the act that will benefit the most from this specific stage. No doubt.
Absolutely. And I think that, you know, in keeping with the Eurovision theme this year of the Sound of Beauty, there's so much beauty here, and that beauty is layered. And that beauty is, it's immersive. There's something about this that I think it's so good. It's really, really good quality. And the unfortunate thing about Iceland, I think, is that its appreciation comes with enduring repeated spins. So this is not going to get you lit immediately. But if you stick with it, the payoff is so fabulous.
Girl, my girl sounds tantric.
Right. William Lee Adams.
So I should
What is your number 3?
It gets complicated for me because my top 3, I like all of them actually. I didn't think I would initially, but my number 3 has grown so much.
Okay, hold up, William. Be very careful from this point onwards, because if you annoy me, it's not going to be.
Listen.
Oh, no. I need those eyes.
Honey, I didn't sleep because I don't feel well, so I can't have my eyes so exposed. My number 3 is Finland, JEZEBEL.
Okay, you're doing this video on your own.
JEZEBEL.
I'm checking out. What?
Yeah, they're my number 3. That's because the Nordic region, look at the bookies, Devin. The Nordic region's got songs up there. JEZEBEL, when we heard the studio cut, I thought it was bland and boring. Then live, their stage show in UMK, which a lot of people didn't like apparently, I thought it was good. Like, I really like the black and yellow theme. I really like Laurie's stage presence. I really like just the way they vibe together. Look, they're seasoned, right? They're seasoned, so they know how to perform live. So obviously any live performance from the RASMUS is going to be better than just a studio cut because they're so seasoned. This is good. I don't think it's the winner of Eurovision. I do think this is easily going to the final. I see no universe in which they do not make the final. They're opening semifinal 2, I can understand that because this is going to make people want to keep watching because it will be good. It will be solid. It's my number 3 in a very competitive region. However, that doesn't mean I don't think this is left-hand side of the scoreboard at Eurovision. I could see this on the left-hand side in the final. I could. I don't think it's aiming for the top 5 unless the staging. I don't think it's aiming for the top 10. Well, top 10. Soft Engine came top 10, and this.
I'm sorry. You're saying that the RASMUS aren't as good as Norway, SUBWOOLFER.
You need to check your diction. What I'm saying is the RASMUS's JEZEBEL is not as good as Norway's SUBWOOLFER's Give That Wolf a Banana. I'm comparing songs, not groups. Let's keep it real.
No, there's nothing real about that. There's nothing
There's
real
nothing
about
real.
There is no universe in which JEZEBEL is picking it. No.
Have you looked at the betting odds? I'm not alone in thinking this. I mean, Norway has been up in the betting odds consistently for a reason. People are talking about them for a reason. The song is actually good.
I'm just going to pretend I didn't hear any of the nonsense you just said earlier.
So give me your number 3.
Number 3. I've given you my number 3. It's my number 2. I'm going to give you.
Who's your number 3?
Iceland.
Oh yeah, who's your number 2?
Hold me closer.
It's good.
Cornelia JAKOBS.
It's good.
It's a good song. It's a good song. Yeah, it's a good song.
It's great.
It's a good song. The lyrics here are of particular importance to me. You know, they tell this personal story of finding the perfect one, but at the wrong time. And I think that it's a really clever take on a love story. You know, it's not the obvious dimension of I love you, you love me, you left me heartbroken. It's just a very clever take on losing love within the context of falling in love, where everything works, but the timing alone, if that's off, then everything's off. I think it's really good. My issue with this is the enunciation is poor. I think that there could be better clarity, and Cornelia's vocals. I think Cornelia is a stronger songwriter because she did write the song, and vocally this could have been delivered better by an established stable of Melody Festival. At least please allow me to talk. An established stable of Melody Festival and stars. So riding on the Sweden ticket is an easy game. Wiwibloggs.
I'm so disgusted by everything you're saying that I just have to like cover my face so you don't see my contempt.
Oh, with all due respect, you just attacked a band that has sold 5.5 million records and 9 gold albums.
I didn't attack a band. I said it was good. I just put it number 3.
Oh yeah, and that in itself is an insult. So, you know, yeah, I just think that Cornelia JAKOBS is a compelling songwriter, and I think that Hold Me Closer is an excellently composed entry, but could be executed much better.
All right, I'm going to defend her when I reveal my number 1. As for now, I will just say my number 2 is SUBWOOLFER.
And before that wolf eats my grandma, give that wolf a banana, give that wolf. And before that wolf eats my grandma, give that wolf a banana, give that wolf. Give that wolf.
If you could have been in Amsterdam, Debin, in that audience, people were loving this. This was so good. It was gripping. They're dynamic. They're not just, you know, a 3-minute pony. They're wolves, and these wolves can mix it up. I even like that they had this proper LED, not LED, but proper graphics on the Amsterdam stage. It really fit. The DJ adds his own hype beast element. It's just good. It's infectious. It's catchy. It's weird. It's wow. People who were drunk at that party on Saturday night watching Eurovision, they're going to be like, whoa, the yellow wolves. I'm going to vote for them. Little kids are going to be like, oh my God, mommy, I'm voting for the wolves. There's just so much to like.
I was not in the Netherlands,
much
but
to like here.
I was fully aware that you jumped several hurdles and crossed several rooms to interview them,
Girl, my strategy in that interview room, I was not going to be in that cesspool. It was so it was like a COVID, like, this is, you know, I just don't want to be in a room with lots of people. So I just went to the hallway. Anybody could go there, but no one was using it. I was like, why is no one using this like very airy, very light hallway? So I just stood there. It was much easier. And God bless the organizers for, you know, they wanted people to use the room, but no one was going in there. I guess people were afraid to leave the main hub.
Did you have a different interaction with them second time round?
We didn't really interview in Amsterdam because it was really full on and stressy. And like, because I already had an in-depth interview with them, and we had already, then someone from our team, I think Porig, interviewed them in London. I was like, okay, I'm going to move on to someone we haven't interviewed. Like, we hadn't interviewed Armenia yet. We hadn't interviewed Ukraine. We hadn't, so, you know, you have to prioritize. But yeah, no, they were great. We had interaction. They crashed our interview with Chanel and started dancing. They're so funny. They're so funny.
Torero is in the house. Benidorm Fest. In the house. Ay, ay, ay. King, 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 king. Amor prohibido. Oh, Subwoofer. Oh my God. Do you have a question for Subwoofer? I got it. I bought it. I got it. Depend on me. You want my English.
I think they're really nice. I think they're really nice animals. All right. It is time.
It's just very difficult for me to take them seriously. And, you know,
I think that's half the point, though. They want that discomfort. Because then when you hear them performing, you're like, whoa, these animals can belt. Why are they doing ice cream?
I thought it was actually coming from me because an ice cream van also was
all the time, honestly. 2 a.m. I'm like, why are you still delivering ice cream? Anyways, Devin, it is time to hear your number one.
Okay, so I'll have to redeem the RASMUS after you've insulted them greatly. You know, I just don't think it's okay to just... First of all, can I just say, Earth Calling William Lee Adams.
We're judging JEZEBEL as a song, not the RASMUS as a group.
I'm not going to take any sort of, you know, consolation excuses to...
I'm sorry, but ranking someone number 3 in the Nordic region is not an insult. It's a compliment, frankly. This is the Nordic region at the Eurovision Song Contest.
Is it YLE, the Finnish broadcaster?
Yes.
I have an issue with them.
What's
Sarah
that?
Aalto, who only, in fact, she didn't even have an album at the time. They signed her up to UMK, and it's like, okay, choose from like, what, these 6 songs that were composed by, and then Darude, dance legend, I get the whole story, but and then the RASMUS had to fight for a spot. Like, how can that be okay?
They didn't have to, they chose to. Let me tell you this. Uden Musikan Kilpailu has become such a big platform. I think they were smart to compete and to win. It was extra exposure domestically for how many weeks? You know, from January all the way to March. It was smart. I think it was a great PR move. I do.
Oh, but I think there was such a risk attached. I mean, what if they didn't win?
Girl, they did. They did.
You know, but anyway, I'm glad they won. And I'm so glad to have them in the family of Eurovision. You know, I like people with credible stripes, and the RASMUS have demonstrated that time and time again. I mean, they were even big in America. Can I just point that out? And the other thing is, nine hit albums. Yeah? 5.
Devin, you always do this. Can I just say, Eurovision Song Contest, not Eurovision Backstory Contest, not Eurovision Album Contest, not Eurovision Sales in America in 1992 Contest, Song Contest, Jezebel. So what do you think of Jezebel and its chances?
I think that Jezebel has become a top 20 hit in Denmark.
Oh, whoa,
Sorry.
In
Can I just
Denmark.
point out?
Population
Denmark.
what? How many people live there?
Norway, Finland, Czech. I mean, like, this is
only the most influential music market.
Which music market have you sold more than 2 copies?
Girl, I'm not.
When you start shifting,
I'm not a musician. Listen, girl. I want to hear this. What are the merits of Jezebel, the song that you think will make the? Do you think this could win Eurovision? I want to hear that.
I don't want it disregarded. I think it's comfortably on the left.
That's a no. You don't need sunglasses to flag your shade. That's a no.
Listen. This comfortably sits on the left-hand side of the scoreboard. This will breathe new life into concert tour dates. This will put the RASMUS back on the map. This will give rock fans what they're looking for. This is Blind Channel revisited. Finland would keep its prominent streak. I think that Jezebel is excellent. I like the fact that it uncovers the story of a biblical troublemaker, and they've kind of re-energized it for today's world. It's got a really strong infectious quality. And what I like about it is that fans of the RASMUS will connect with this new song as being part of their breadth of work, as well as introducing new fans to this. I think this is really, really good. My hesitation with Jezebel rests largely on Larry's vocals, which there have been times when this song has struggled to hit the highs that we hear in the studio cut.
He was good in Amsterdam. I thought he was great in Amsterdam. So
UMK had a few twitches, but thankfully, you know, the Finnish people know, you know, they know their people, and that didn't, you know, that didn't sort of punish them.
Amazing. Well, we move on to my number one, a song that I think could challenge for the win at the Eurovision Song Contest 2022 in Torino. It is Hold Me Closer from Sweden's Cornelia JAKOBS. This is beautiful. This is absolutely stunning. Earlier, you suggested that the vocals were not the best. My rebuke would be this. Her vocals are the best for this song. Do I want to hear Cornelia JAKOBS sing Cher's Believe? No, I do not. Do I want to hear Cornelia JAKOBS sing Hold Me Closer? Absolutely. Eurovision is about the pairing of singer with song. And this is absolutely stunning. She's having a conversation.
Sorry, just to, and you will continue with your point, but just before you move on to another point, Hold Me Closer, Lisa Ajax. Discuss.
I don't want to hear her sing this. I love Lisa Ajax, but I don't want to hear her voice on this song. This song is so honest and real because it comes from Cornelia. It can only be delivered by Cornelia. You hear the connection. Yes, there's some warbles. It's almost deliberate. She's supposed to be conveying emotion, honesty. You know how our girl from North Macedonia wants to have an honest conversation? Cornelia is having that honest conversation, but she ain't running in circles. She's running to the trophy at the Eurovision Song Contest 2022. Many people have made comparisons to Shallow from Lady Gaga. Obviously, this is in no way plagiarism, but I think the vibe is similar. The vibe of honesty, folksy. That's the connection I see, and that's beautiful. I think it works really well. Look, our Zoom call just cut out, and I think that was the power and force of Cornelia JAKOBS, who is, of course, number one in the Swedish charts. And I think Sweden is a very good bellwether and indicator of what works in mainstream pop. I just love this. I love the fact that it's from her. She told our Porrig at the London Eurovision party that she rather feel supreme sadness than nothing at all. Our girl's a feeler. And that honesty, that connection makes this a real threat. Their staging is fine. They don't need big bells and whistles. They don't need any of that. They just need her, that intimacy. I love the old school microphone. This just has so much going for it. I really do see this being a potential jury winner, definitely. Televote, I'm less certain about. But as we've seen in recent years, Duncan Lawrence, he didn't win the jury or the televote, if I recall. Måns Zelmerlöw, he won the jury, but not the televote. You know, things can go a lot of different ways. Jamala was second in both. So Sweden just needs to sort of do well with both. And I think that's definitely achievable. I could see it winning the jury. What about you?
You clearly like this more than I do. And no, you clearly like it more than I do. And it's difficult sometimes when somebody likes something so much, it feels like any sort of dissenting voice automatically puts me in the category of, I don't like this.
Oh, sorry.
Hi, Mikey.
He's so cute, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, automatically, very antisocial cats you've got.
They are not, girl. They bond to me and my husband. They don't really bond to strangers. Barnaby does. You and Barnaby have a relationship. Mikey's very much, you know, not into strangers.
Again, a relationship, you know, that is inconsistent at the best of times. But anyway.
Look at that. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. So sweet.
So, yeah, I mean, Sweden is my number 2 in this grouping, so I don't dislike it by any means, and I actually think it's one of the best written love songs, certainly in recent memory, not just in Eurovision, not just in Eurovision, but actually across the pop landscape. My issue is the vocal delivery, and it's difficult for me to ignore that.
What is bad about the vocal? Tell me what point, because to me the vocal is flawless for this song. This is not a Mariah Carey belted out song, Devin. Not
you know how my
Celine
heart
Dion.
wants me dead. You know how Lisa Ajax, My Heart Wants Me Dead.
Yeah.
Every note is enunciated to clear perfection. I couldn't pick out what Cornelia was saying. No need to.
The diction is perfect.
No, I think
perfect.
I think it could be sharper. It could be sharpened.
I think if it was sharpened, it would lose the authenticity. She's having an honest conversation, Andrea Circle style.
An honest conversation that listeners need to hear. I'm sorry, this is
She's sharing her pain with us, Devin.
Well, your pain still needs to be communicated. It doesn't need to be mumbled. It doesn't need to be. No, I think it's lazily executed. I think this could be just sharpened. Yeah.
Well, you know what?
I would suggest for this.
It may not be sharpened, but it's got blunt force. And that blunt force makes it a contender. Shout out to Cornelia Jacobs, the latest artist to confirm for the Wiwi Jam at home. She is going to deliver and she's going to slay.
Well, YouTube now has subtitles. And actually, I love her song so much that I've heard it so many times and I can sing it from start to finish, knowing what she's singing about. But here's the thing, you know, millions of people will be tuning in for the very first time. No doubt on Saturday night, because she is going straight to the grand final.
You need to clear the wax out of your ears. As a native English speaker, I know you can understand every single word. I literally understood every single word on first listen. No need to apologize.
Second line. Because there's nothing to regret.
I would need to listen to it.
There's nothing to regret. It's what she says, but it's not clear.
To regret. Oh, listen. In any case, that's what we think. What do you think? Are any of the 5 songs in the Nordic region threatening for the win of Eurovision 2022? How many of the 5 do you think will make the final? And who is most definitely out? Let us know here on Wiwibloggs.
This is a good group, actually.
It's tough.
I think we can expect to see 3 of these in the grand final. Wow, who's on Pinterest? That's what I want to know.
Not Cornelia Jacobs. She's too modern and contemporary.
I think Subwoolfer would have a really good mood board on Pinterest, don't you?
Lots of animals, fairy tale references.
But even REDDI, the show, lots of, you know, ABBA costumes, 70s moments.
A lot of bang
you know?
going on.
Even sisters, you know, or
Honey.
sister.
Sister. This is not sister.
Wow. While you guys are at it, follow Wiwibloggs on Pinterest, where we are turning up mood board after mood board as we journey to Turin in May 2022.
And we will see you later. Bye.
Bye.